What's up, guys? My name is Nicardo, Shirley, and your girl
Dana, and welcome back to
Loving You. In today's episode, the topic for this episode is how to make your marriage work. So basically, some things you can do to make your marriage work after you get married and things. Because challenges going to come up. You're going to encounter a lot of things. Some things that you don't really think about, but they just appear.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some challenges and also how you would overcome them within your marriage.
Alright, so one thing with our culture, basically, when two persons get married, then when two persons get married, the first thing that comes to most persons or person who's looking into the relationship is kids. And
especially the grandparents and stuff. When they have their first picnic, whatever.
So most time, not in all cases, but after marriage, persons looking to start their family and stuff like that.
It's like the next step.
But although this is the next step, this can also be one of the main challenge that a couple face in terms of kids.
And being able to have a child as well.
Yes.
Because having a child, it's a huge responsibility. It's basically taking care of another life. So providing for that life. Are you able to provide for that life? What type of environment will that child come in?
Yes, so basically at this point you're gonna have a lot of challenges. One of the main factor is how many kids you want to have.
And I don't think really that is the main problem. I would say the main thing is basically family planning.
No. Why I said one of the challenges now. What if we get married, right? We're gonna have some discussion when you're married. Say, hey, I want 2 kids, I want 3 kids.
Yeah, but sometimes even though you plan that hey, I want 2 kids, sometimes you end up with 3.
And the problem arises when you already discussed this in the before you get married. Say, hey, I want 2 kids, I want 1 kid, I want 3 kids.
But
and then after you get married, the person say, hey, I don't want 3 anymore, I want 1. Hey, I don't want.
Alright. So that
is the challenge.
I wouldn't say that it's a challenge per se, because sometimes after you experience, remember, as a woman being pregnant, giving birth, they're basically putting their life at risk. Hence, I don't think the male should basically have such an influence in that, because the female is the one that is putting her life at risk. Alright, what if when she delivered her first child, or she got pregnant with her first child, she's having so much pain, she's struggling basically, because it's not an easy road for some person. It's not an easy road, right? Your foot swell up, every minute you want to vomit, you spit a lot, but all of them things, your emotions just through the roof. Wait, and then to go to a public hospital to have a child. You know that in Jamaica, right? To go to a public hospital to have a child, most time it is not easy, right? You can't have your husband or your spouse by your side. You get what I say?
But look,
and sometimes based on what I've heard, right, at times they can be mistreated, especially if they see that maybe you look maybe young or something. You can be mistreated, and the care that listen what I'm saying. The care that you are supposed to receive, right, to feel better. You're not receiving the care, you're not getting the attention you need. as a woman in labor.
Alright, remember
And
me saying that?
you
No,
are
yeah, what
no,
me
wait,
saying?
no,
No,
wait,
yeah,
no,
you
wait,
can't
no,
make
no,
it.
no.
Yeah, straight from the
Alright,
topic.
alright.
Me say, at the point when a person we decide on the kids can cause challenge in terms of saying you say you want 2 kids in before we get married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after you say you want 2, you know, and then after we get married you say you want 4. The guy might just say you need 1. You need 4, the guy need 1, and the guy just stop at 1 and just start use contraceptive. If you still insist you need 4, I try to convince the guy to not use contraceptive and all this thing. It can cause problem because he said he just need 1.
Alright. I get that factor, right? Mm-hmm. But the factor that I was talking about is like when the female has said 2 kids and then struggle in her pregnancy, in delivery and stuff.
And the guy need more.
She's basically traumatized because sometimes even though after you have the child, you have some
you can't go again. It's like you just want to stop.
You become depressed.
So you agree with me?
Anxious.
So you in agreement with me?
For the lady, I'm talking about for the lady. The man don't go through basically nothing compared to what the female goes through. And it can be say you plan to have 4 kids, but after the second one you're so traumatized within the pregnancy and the labor experience, you don't want another one.
But it's not all
and
the time.
That is understandable. So that factor that I've just
it is a challenge similar because remember, you know, not all the time is the guy that need kids, you know. Sometimes the guy just need 1 and the females need 3. Not all the time the guy gonna need 5, 6 or more.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said it depends on the factor.
Yeah,
because the factor that I have just presented is reasonable enough to say right. But on the other hand, the factors that you just presented is also important as well because that can cause a big argument. I want 1, you want 2.
Yeah, so that's why I said this part, although it's simple, it can cause a real conflict. Even in this case as well, you want girl, I want boy. Say for instance you go the first time and you get a boy, right? You get a boy. The female sometimes, hey, I need a girl, try again, get a next boy. Hey, I need a, you know.
Alright, so it depends on a lot of factors because even though you want 1 and I want 2, we have to put all the advantages and disadvantages because even though I don't want 2, I have to think about you because you want your 2, and I have to still think about you, and then we have to come to a decision where we start thinking about the different factors that come with a child
and stuff like that.
And if we can manage and things. So you also have to think about the advantages of not having that second child and the things that come with it and everything. And after you put those factors together, the one that outweighs the other, you know, that is the one that and sometimes you need outside influence as well, but good influence.
When you say outside influence, what do you mean?
Outside influence, like say, hey, alright, let me talk to my mother to see what she thinks about this and what she would do in this instance, to see if I am making the right decision, or you know, get another perspective per se. Maybe you don't have to tell him that, hey, this is our situation, but maybe present them with something similar so that, you know, they can give you their perspective so that you can say, alright, maybe he was right, or, you know, or yes, whatever. You get me, son?
Alright.
But it's like when you go to that influence, you have to make sure that she or he's on both sides so that he doesn't, you know, influence you. Yeah, basically.
Alright, one thing that I want to say, in a relationship, in a marriage, basically, although you get married, a person is still a person. A person's dynamic. A person is not constant, like, hey, Dana is gonna always be Dana, Nicardo is gonna always be Nicardo, or you is gonna always be. Persons change. So a perspective that I not would have before marriage, or 2 years back, 5 years back, I probably change in what my opinion.
Yeah, because you know you grow, you experience various things. It change your perspective, and you know, yes.
Also influenced by social media and persons, your friends, your family, everything just coming together.
Your surrounding.
Yes. So, say I married you in a normal culture, Jamaica culture, one man, one woman, right? Then 4 years down the line, we have a discussion and I'm saying, hey babe, what do you think about an open relationship, open marriage, not a relationship, an open marriage? I break that news to you. This can be a challenge because it might not go as planned. You might not take that well. I might not take your answer as well. How would you approach that? If you're, say, put yourself in the situation, 5 years down the line, your husband break something like that.
Alright, so
a general.
Alright, so the first thing that would come to mind is, what the hell? Like, how can you come with something that you want?
Pause. Let me add one up. It doesn't have to be the guy propose that. Now, sometimes it's a female.
Yeah, but you're saying I should put myself in the position, so it doesn't matter what way it is. And I am saying I would feel like maybe he doesn't find me as attractive, as interesting as he did before. Those thoughts and stuff will maybe come into my mind and start making me think, you know, otherwise why he comes up with something like this? Who might be the one that is influencing him? Is the company that he's keeping really good company or giving him good advice? Basically, I would want to find out, where is this coming from?
Alright, and the guy give you a good logical reason that, hey, my background, my father is African. My father is African descendant, and that's something that he likes, or something that he think would spice up the relationship.
Alright, first and foremost, I don't think adding a third party or a fourth party to your relationship makes it better. Some persons said that it makes, they're spicing up their relationship and whatever. But I think you're setting your relationship up for destruction. If he have that background to say, my father did this, my ancestors did this, and I am really interested in this type of relationship, he should have talked to you about that before making the commitment before God and man to be with you forever.
So basically, you're saying you oppose art.
I oppose to it. I do oppose.
Alright. One, do you think open relationship is kind of cheating or not cheating?
Alright, so it depends, because if both parties say, hey, I am okay with it, the other party say, yes, me too, so both of them are in agreement with it. They set down some ground rules and whatever. And I think once they are following the ground rules that they have set, I don't think it is cheating, because both of you agree that this is the type of relationship I want, and you're basically doing it. So I don't think doing it is considered cheating. It might consider cheating to person looking out, right? Looking in from the outside, I must say. It might be like that, but between the two of you, that is the type of relationship that you guys want to start. So between both of you, it wouldn't be cheating.
So you're saying anything that two parties are in agreement with, it's okay?
Yeah, because the relationship is not about the community that you live in or persons.
It's agreement between
it's agreement between both.
Basically,
parties.
after two persons get married, they form their own norms, right and wrong. Basically, what they So if,
acceptable or not.
not
I may
acceptable.
accept that, alright, you put your shoes right there, so the next person say, no, I don't accept you putting your shoes right there. You need to take it and put it under the dresser or in the closet or something.
But that should be a compromise then. Like if the two-person norms and beliefs coming together,
That, yeah,
you have to compromise. No, you
have
can't
to
just take
compromise.
yours and say.
But decision like open marriage have to be discussed.
Yes.
You can't just while in it a go look away.
Yeah, me get what I say. You know, come like cheating if you say you're opposed to it and then.
And things will come in my mind like, oh, it's the one girl we want, and you just basically want this.
One keep you and then. Alright. What would you say two major difference between an open marriage? No, not an open marriage. Two difference between you're in a relationship but you're not married and you are married. Two major difference that you can say distinguish.
Alright, so basically, alright, I give one, you give one. Alright, so basically, when you're married now, it's no longer, alright, when you were in a relationship before, it basically was influence. I influence your decision to do so. When you're married now, I am a part of the decision making. Hence, we have to meet half and halfway.
So all decision must
run. Meet basically in the middle. It's no longer me having an influence and then you deciding what to do. It's basically we going halfway.
Yeah. Come to think of it, you know, that is the major difference between it. It's not two because a lot of person live in a what they call communist or common law. Most person live in a common law relationship. You can almost call them married because they're living together like 10 years. 10 years, they share everything run by, you probably mean they make decisions together. But the only distinguish factor, when you are married, it is must to make decisions together. When you are in a common law, you probably can just do your own thing at some point. Everything is not binding. So I think that is the main deterrent, basically.
You know, because when you're married, you know, you basically become one individual. Although one individual with two different personalities. Hence, compromising is the main factor to keep that together.
That's true. Alright, so yes guys, you're come to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. My name is Cardan. My name is.
Anyways, guys, you can comment below different topics that you want us to talk about, and we'll see you next time.